In this video, we're going to take a look at how to use views as reports. So views in Intacct available across the system, multiple different modules. Really, really nice feature. Honestly, they're a little underutilized, so definitely take advantage of them. And for this particular video, I'm just going to go into accounts payable, and we're going to create a view based off of a request that I get all of the time, which is I want to see my bills that are selected for payment. So I'm going to go to accounts payable and bills. And when I get in here, then I have the views that I have already created within the system. And then I have the option to manage views and create new view. So if this is something that you've never done, this is a really, really nice feature of the system. Views are across Intacct. So let's get rid of some stuff here that I don't necessarily need. We can turn off and on any of these sections that we want. Anything that's here can be turned off or on. Okay, vendor ID, transaction currency, turn that off, turn that off. So I want just my vendor name, the date, total amount, the state that it's in, and the bill number. I'm actually going to turn off summary as well. So they're just the columns that I'm going to select for this particular view, but obviously whatever it is that you want, you can put on it. And this whole note that I have here, that is a custom field. So you might have custom fields as well. You're obviously not going to have this one, I would assume, but you could have a bunch of different custom fields in there. So I'm going to skip on through the wizard then. And in the next step, I can decide how I want those columns to be sequenced within my view. So I'm going to start with my vendor ID, vendor name, the date, the bill number, and I'm going to put the state at the end. So this is how I want the columns to appear on the view. I'm going to go into my next step, and here's where I'm going to apply the filter. So I'm going to drop down on my columns here, and I'm going to pick my state. So that's not like the state that you're in, it's the state that the bill is in. So in this scenario, it's going to be state equals to, and you have to type this in. It's not a drop down, but I just know that it's selected. So if the bill has been selected for payment, if it's in a state of selected, I only want to see the bills that I'm going to filter out by that. They're the only bills that I want to see in this particular view. In my next step, I can sort my results, so I can put it in ascending order of date. And in my next and final step, I am going to give it a name. So I'm going to call it selected for payment. And this deploy button, if you leave it off, only the person that created the view is going to be able to see this view. But if you deploy it, it's going to make that available for other users within Intacct. So if you deploy it, other people can see it. So I am going to hit deploy to make that available across the board. And then I'm going to hit save. So now when I come back in here, it's giving me my original view, but I'm going to hit my drop down and I'm going to choose my selected for payment. And this is going to give me just my bills that have been selected for payment. So you can see my state here is selected, and it's pulling in just those columns that I selected. So once you have a view then that you like, it can be exported out. So you can export to CSV, Excel, Word, or PDF. But obviously you can see it here. You can further filter out like by vendor or whatever you need to. So let's say I wanted to, so Ace Drywall is one of the vendors that I saw on that list. But let's say, I know there's drywall in the name, but I can't exactly remember the full name or how it appears in the system. So I can use my little % sign as my wildcard, and I can type in drywall here and hit enter. It's only going to bring up those bills that are selected for payment for that particular vendor. So the % sign is a little wildcard there. I always like to mention that on your regular list. So that's using your views. You can export them out, and there's no way for you to get rid of views that you've created here from within the bills section. So let's say you've created a view and you don't like it anymore, you did something wrong, you were messing around with it. How do you get rid of that out of the system? So you can go to platform services, which you have to be at top level to go to. So go to platform services, custom views, and it gives you a list of all of the views that you've created throughout the system, and you can delete from here. So it is possible to delete out custom views. So that's just using views as reports, which is a really, really nice feature. And like we just looked at accounts payable, but there's views in accounts receivable, there's views in expenses, projects, general ledger, all of those modules, order entry, purchasing. You can create views within all of them that are specific to your needs. You can see whatever you want to see based off the columns that they allow you to choose from. So really nice feature.